Welcome Zippo fans to another Zippo video. I know it's been a little while since I made my videos. Money's tight. Yes, fun. This Zippo video today is going to be about a very common question that is on a lot of Zippo videos, including mine and my inbox and such. It is fixing a loose insert. Now, what a loose insert is an insert that doesn't quite fit into the case correctly. So if you do things like the squeeze to open enough times, what might happen is each time the insert might ride up a little bit, and eventually, if it rides out too much, you'll get to where the Zippo won't close properly because it's just too loose and that thing just flies right out. This Zippo doesn't have the problem, my 1937 replica here. This doesn't have that problem, but if it did, I'm going to show you 3 different ways to fix it. I'm going to show you what a lot of people do, what Zippo actually does, excuse me, what a lot of people do, what Zippo actually does, and what actually works. Now, 3 ways. When Zippo does it, it's called a fit-up. It's a fit-up of the insert to the case. So, I'm not going to show you that first. What I'm going to show you first is what a lot of people do. Okay, what a lot of people do is they take their lighter, open it up, take the insert out, and simply just squeeze the sides together. Really force these sides together. And that helps out a little bit. What you can also do is, if you really want to get technical with it and you really want this method to work, is use something like vice grips and a towel so you don't scratch the finish, and really put some pressure on there, and maybe even leave it overnight to really squeeze it tight. A lot of people do that. It works a little bit. If you really squeeze on it really hard, it'll work a little bit. But I don't actually prefer that method. I don't really prefer any methods because loose inserts don't bother me that much, but I know they do bother a lot of people. So that's method 1, squeezing the sides of the Zippo. Method 2, what Zippo actually does when they fit their cases and inserts together. What they actually do is, when they're assembling the Zippos, they have the case, they have the insert, and then they grab an insert, grab a case. And what they do, instead of squeezing the case together, is squeeze the insert apart. Now, I'm not sure what tool they do for it. It's something like pliers. But what you would do is, and if you want, you could take the insides out of your lighter to, take at least the felt pad out of your lighter to make this happen. I don't know exactly what Zippo uses to do it, but what you want to do is take something like pliers. And here, I'll go ahead and take the felt pad out so you can see this a little bit better. Oh, my flint fell out. My extra flint fell out. Alright, now what you would do is take something like these pliers and just push them in there and squeeze that case out. And yeah, that'll squeeze the case out. You can actually see I've actually done a little too much right there. That's okay, I can squeeze that back together. It'll squeeze the sides of this insert out, and then when you put it back in the case, which I won't do it right now because the flint would fall out. I'll put the tube back in. The spring, I mean. Now, well, I just put it into the lid. Oh my goodness. That is what I get from looking through the viewfinder in real world. I just put the insert into the lid. Whoops. Anyway, back in the real world, put that in there and it'll be tighter. Now, if you spread the insert out, the walls of the insert out, it'll be even tighter. Okay, that might not work for everybody as well. It sometimes doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't work for Zippo, but you sometimes still get loose inserts from Zippo themselves. That's why you might be having that problem. So it's not 100% foolproof. Oh, hold on. Whoa! My TV had Mythbusters paused on it. I was watching Mythbusters shoot an RPG with a bullet and watching it explode, but apparently it decided to unpause itself. So that's what the jump cut was about. So I've showed you two methods already. I've showed you what Zippo uses. I've showed you what many people use, and now I'm going to show you what actually works. Now this method requires a little finesse, but I guarantee you that your lighter will never be loose again. What you do is you take your case and you take your insert like this, and what you also take is a roll of electrical tape. Okay? Now, you don't just wrap it around the insert like a maniac because it'll never work. What you do is take a very small strip and put it on one side of the lighter. You may need two strips, i.e. one on each side, if your lighter is extremely loose, but you don't want to overdo it. You take a strip and you lay it down on the lighter. But the essential thing is, do not get any ripples in there. You can't have any wavy ripples in there. It has to be completely stretched out flat across the surface of the insert. Otherwise, when you put it in the case, it'll bunch right up on that and it will never work. But this, I've laid it out smooth. I've already put it in the lighter to test it out. And this, just put it in, whack it, and there you go. That is never coming out unless you specifically want to take the insert out. The only problem with this method is it's a little bit stiffer to get the insert out now, but nothing deal-breaking or anything like that. And if you do this a few times, maybe even if you do it once, if you're really vigorous about it, if you do this a few times, you might need to replace the electrical tape. It's no big deal. Just get another strip, do the same thing, make sure there's no ripples. But you will never have that loose insert issue if you do this. And if you're worried about, but, won't my look like an idiot if I have a piece of electrical tape on my Zippo? No, because you won't be able to see it, and many people do this. Many people use this electrical tape trick, and I hope I pass it on to some of you so you might be able to do it as well. I don't use myself again because loose inserts don't really bother me that much, but I know they bother a lot of people. So if you want to fix your loose Zippo insert, there's three methods. The one many people use, Zippo use, and the one that actually works. So I hope you learned something from this, and have a nice day.